This is my toy fact list, part 2 of 2. Something was done on my phone and the videos. I can't even hardly record a 15-minute video. It keeps cutting off and cutting off and cutting off and cutting off. So I had to finally stop it. The best I got was 13 minutes and 40 seconds on that one. So I cut off early. This is 2 of 2 on my fact list for my toy. There was an issue with the boxes that my toy came in, and this is what happened. They kept trying to get me to pick the wrong boxes. One time they even put weights in the boxes. When me and my stepdad went to Academy Sports the first time to get my toy because someone called and said it was ready to be picked up, a tall man gave us the wrong boxes. We told them that they were not big enough. We still took them to show everyone how they kept giving us the wrong boxes. A few days later, we got a call from Academy Sports saying that we could come and get my toy and to bring a truck. Me and my stepdad then borrowed a truck from a family friend named Lanny and went to Academy Sports on Blanding Boulevard, where a smaller crowd of people were again waiting on us. To finally see us get the first sold boxes of my toy that also had the name My Toy on them. They loaded the boxes on the back of the truck with a forklift that I called a cherry picker, which is another name for a forklift. I stood outside the truck and asked the crowd if they liked my toy so that they would remember me. We then drove straight back to our house where my second cousin Kelsey was waiting in her vehicle. We parked in the front yard, got out of the truck, and my stepdad started taking pictures of me opening up the boxes with my toy in it. We then went to get a knife to help open the box more, and my second cousin Kelsey then stole the truck with my toy in it. I immediately called the police and reported the truck stolen and proceeded to tell the 911 operator who I was and everything that was happening with my toy. There should have been a record of the 911 call because I stressed to the operator how important it was to keep the call on record. The truck with my toy in it was then later brought back by my second cousin and then taken to another location and set up. The boxes were kept in the house I live in. We put them in a locked shed in the backyard of our house because they were too big to put anywhere else. We took pictures of the boxes. My second cousin Kelsey later stole the boxes and swapped them out with the ones that didn't say my toy on them. This is the updated fact list about my teeth. What they did to my teeth over my toy. When I was tortured over my toy several times, I woke up with needles stuck in my upper front teeth. Several witnesses later told me that a woman dentist wearing a mask put them there after shooting shot after shot after shot of something into my top front teeth while I was unconscious and hooked up to a blood machine. They also said there was another woman in my attic that was telling the woman dentist what to do to me. They said her name was Kim. The dentist woman also drilled 2 holes in the bottom of my front upper teeth to shoot shots into them. The witnesses said that the dentist woman first tried to get the stuff in the middle of my upper front teeth out with a small chisel and a hammer when I was unconscious and the intruders were here taking my blood, but she said that my teeth were too healthy and too strong. The witnesses then said that the dentist woman went and got a drill and drilled the holes in the bottom of my upper front teeth. They said that there was a lot of smoke coming off the drill when she did it. They said that she used the holes to inject all of the shots into my upper front teeth. They said that the stuff that she shot into my teeth and gums was this black, toxic, harmful looking stuff that she was getting from another woman that was in my attic named Kim. I can now remember and name several witnesses to this. They also said that the woman in the attic named Kim wanted several of my melodies and songs that I was working on at the time. They said she was trying to ruin my front upper teeth so that I wouldn't be able to sing my songs I was doing at the time. Updated fact list on water softener technology related to my toy. Sometime into the manufacturing of my toy, I was contacted about putting water cannons on my toy. The man said there was a new technology out that would allow me to put water cannons on my toy. Then the boss or dad from Red Jacket came to see me with his daughter and a younger man that worked for him making guns. They had a show on TV and a business called Red Jacket where they made guns. He sold me on buying a new technology from him that would allow me to put water cannons on my toy. I was really excited and said, yes, I want it. Then we agreed on a price, and while we waited on the payment to clear, he decided to leave, and his daughter and the younger man, who was one of his employees, stayed to make sure the payment went through. The next day, the payment went through, but the dad from Red Jacket came back and said it still didn't go through. He kept arguing about it until we sent another payment through, and he got paid twice, so I ended up paying double for the technology to put water cannons on my toy. The younger man that worked for the dad from Red Jacket also made the initial water cannons for my toy that used the new technology that I bought. He used the money that I paid him for building the water cannons to invest in my toy. Then I wanted to test the water cannons on my toy. Even though it was my product, Mr. Obama still wouldn't let me down where my toy was being made, so I had to wait to talk to the manufacturer to see if the water cannons worked. Then I was told that they worked, but that we wouldn't be able to keep them on my toy because the water velocity was way too high and could not be turned down, so the water cannons would never be safe enough to keep on my toy. Then I was told by the dad from Red Jacket and the younger man that the only way I would be able to get the water velocity low enough to use the water cannons on my toy is to figure out and fix the problem with the technology that no one else had been able to do up to that point. I was very angry that I wasn't told about this problem before I bought the technology from the dad from Red Jacket, because I paid double for a technology that I wasn't going to be able to use unless I was able to figure out and fix the problem with it. I then tried to get the money I paid for the technology back since it was unusable to me at that point. I was then told by the dad from Red Jacket that the sale was final and that I wasn't getting my money back. So I just accepted it and moved on to other issues with my toys, such as the price of the heavy-duty material. 5 or 6 months went by, and people that said they were investors started asking about the water cannon. So I reprinted out the information on the technology and came up with several new suggestions on how to fix the problem with the technology, and one finally worked. So I was finally able to put water cannons on my toy, and I also became owner of a new technology that I named Water Softener. Then the dad from Red Jacket came back down here after hearing that I had solved and fixed the problem with the technology that I had bought from him many months earlier to put water cannons on my toy, which I had to pay double for. He became very angry. He became very aggressive toward me and started threatening me repeatedly. He kept trying to get me to sign over the technology back to him, but I repeatedly refused. He said that he's decided to stay a while to see if he could get me to change my mind, and then continued to threaten me. He found out where I lived and started going to my neighbors. Shortly after he started going to my neighbors, people started to say that he was trying to find some people to take my blood to make me forget about my water softener technology. I then remember waking up, hooked up to a blood machine again, with the dad from Red Jacket standing in front of me, facing me, and telling me not to look at him several times. He again tried to get me to sign, and I refused. He then continued to threaten me. This happened in the bedroom next to mine when my family left for the weekend. Then the dad from Red Jacket said that he's been doing something to a family member of mine across the street at the neighbors, and he wanted me to see what he did to him, to see if he could get me to change my mind about not signing what he wanted me to, which was something about my water softener technology that I purchased from him many months earlier to put water cannons on my toy. The family member of mine he was talking about was my cousin named Jack. I was then put back unconscious, and when I woke up, I didn't remember anything. I just recently remembered all of these things. I have remembered when I woke up, I had something underneath my skin. Inside my skin, it was a coat hanger. Red Jacket put a coat hanger. He used IVs and put coat hangers in my veins. Okay? I couldn't move my arm. I got on a bicycle and rode 3.5 miles to my friends. Every time I kept waking up, he'd done something more to me and more to me. Worms were then put all inside my body. Worms were put in me. He kept putting coat hangers in my veins. He snipped them down, him and this little man. He kept doing things to me, wanting me to sign, and I wouldn't sign. I couldn't remember. I was unconscious when he'd do the things to me. Then it accumulated with me waking up with something underneath my skin. Again, he had peeled my skin back and put these pins underneath my skin. It was all stretched out. Supposedly my dog had attacked him. It's the only reason he stopped. My dog had attacked him. This was news. Everybody knew about it. Nancy Drew commented on this. Have you ever heard a dog protect his owner so viciously? Yeah, that was me. Okay, it's my technology. I still haven't been paid for my toy, and everybody has. When I wrote, it was underneath my skin, he went back across the street. My other neighbor right there came over. She said, he's across the street. He's across the street. Go, run, run. I got on a bicycle and I rode. Red Jacket got in his car and chased me. So, well, you're going to sign this. I got down to the end. I rode on the little sidewalk back trail and he followed me all the way. I got down to Schindler and Collins. I was going to go straight across and then turn right. When I stopped, I had to stop at the red light. Red Jacket was right there. He started getting out of his car. I was holding my arm out. All these cars were beeping their horn. A good Samaritan seen me and said, hey, are you all right? Are you all right? I said, no, help me. And he said, hey. And he seen Red Jacket get up and chase me. He said, hey, get away from him. Get away from him. I threw the bike down and I ran. The good Samaritan pulled into the thing. And I got in the car with him. Red Jacket followed us. We got dropped off right the same place I rode the first time with the coat hangers were in my veins. We rode there. We called the police. We called an ambulance. An ambulance came and picked us up. The Good Samaritan rode with me. Red Jacket called a local police officer that he knew, supposedly. Okay? They got the ambulance to stop. Okay? And then he threatened me. You're going to sign this fucking paper. He said he was doing something to a family member of mine across the street. He said if I didn't fucking sign, my mom was next. And then my fat fucking brother Kevin and my other friend Lucas. If I didn't sign. Okay?